following podcast contains adult themes, sexual content, and adult language. But would you rather have it any other way?
Alright, so welcome to the Would We Rather podcast, where we tackle some of the hardest, most offensive, and slightly awkward Would You Rather questions ever imagined. Today's question is, would you rather have all your dreams projected for the whole world to see every day, right? Or have your thoughts broadcast to all those around you constantly? So, I'm your host, Mate, and today on the bands panel we have repeat visitors, or repeat guests, Ren, Aaron, and Josh. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Or welcome back.
Yo.
Alright, so, gut feeling, without thinking too much into it first, what's your first reaction to that?
Can you
which
repeat
pick?
the first one, please?
Okay, your dreams projected for the whole world to see, like a movie, essentially, right? Or your thoughts just broadcast to those around you so they can hear what you're thinking all the time.
Straight up American dreams, eh?
Thoughts.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm not that mean. Most of the things I think I say, first of all.
Yeah. Nah.
I don't want people to know what I'm dreaming about, man.
Like, at least, I reckon, like, because at least dreams you don't really have a control over. Like, people are just thinking, like, if someone sees your dreams, it's not like you made your dream up for everyone to see kind of thing, right? Unless you're, like, lucid dreaming and, like, you're choosing all these random, like, fucked up situations and you're doing stuff because you want to do it. I think otherwise, yeah, you can't control your dreams, so it's not so bad, like, you know? But, you know, your
What
thoughts.
if you have, like, a hell sexual dream and then people are like, oh,
Yeah.
that's that weirdo that had...
But that's natural though. Like,
But everyone's gonna
you can't
get it.
help how you dream. You can't force yourself to not dream that or dream it. It's pretty natural.
But how comfortable would you feel with people watching that?
Yeah.
It would probably
Because you can
happen.
control your thoughts.
How often would you have that dream though?
Can you though? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I straight up see like, you know, someone I don't like or something. Straight up like the motherfucking fuckhead. Like,
Well,
it
at
just
least-
comes out of there. You
No,
know,
but
like,
at least when you think it, they know now and they stay away from you.
do they though?
What if they start on him and Josh knows?
Well,
and
Josh is
says,
a big boy.
What if he thinks
I'm
I
a
can't
big
take
boy."
this guy? Josh would actually think I can't take this guy, and that guy can hear that
Oh,
and then take
exactly.
him.
And then
You know I'm
when
scared.
he gets his friends to come and help him fight Aaron.
Yeah, that guy can picture the thoughts. I have no friends. Boom. Jumps in. Everything Josh thinks defensively is used against him.
I'm pretty sure Josh doesn't think of that defensively.
My thought would just be like, oh man, if this guy starts on me, Aaron's taken 30 guys down before.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true, but am I there? Because if that guy read your mind and he goes, oh, this Aaron guy takes 30 guys down, of course he won't start on you, but I have to physically be there. I can't physically always be there.
Well, I think we have to change that then. I think.
Josh, you better start learning how to fight, bro.
But
Probably.
yeah, like, well, for me it's myself. I don't really get dreams that much.
Yeah, I get a lot of dreams. So,
So, like-
Wait, is
Yeah.
it you don't get dreams or you just don't remember that you
Well,
dreamed?
apparently everyone gets dreams, right? And just, you don't remember them, right?
I think it's for some people they don't dream. It's just like a blackness maybe.
Yeah, some people don't dream.
That's
Yeah,
a sad
yeah,
life.
That's kind of fucked up.
I
right?
I
Some
don't
people just can't dream. I think
I
you're
have
one of them.
really bad dreams. Like, I think people would get really scared from my dreams. I have demonic dreams all the time.
Or demonic. They're like evil dreams.
Yeah, like Aaron
What's
wouldn't
going
be
on in
able to
your
watch
head?
my dreams.
You could make money off that, though.
Yeah, there could be some people that are really into that.
Into the entertainment industry. If it's really that scary.
Triple X.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Demonic triple X.
Never
Be into
mind.
that.
That joke was bad.
What's like a dream that you guys have had that you wouldn't want anyone to watch?
A sexual dream, probably, which I won't divulge into.
Please tell us
But is it because it's sexual nature or because of like the
what
stuff
you did.
Yeah, is it the stuff that you
I think
did
it's
or is
more,
it like
I
with
think
the
it's
people?
more the people that were inside it.
Okay, so at least it's people, so that's okay, right? Like if you dreamt that like you were having sex with a car or something, that's like weird, right? Like you wouldn't want people to watch that, right? Or like if you had sex with like an animal or something, that's fucked up. Like, but you can't control what you dream, right? So it's not like you want to do it. Just like if you have a dream about it, like you don't want.
Yeah, but then
to
people
see
might
it.
make the assumption that, this guy is fucked in the head. while he's dreaming about it.
Exactly.
If you dreamt that as well, you pretty much technically could be or would be a porn star. If you're having sexual dreams,
That's true.
Everyone can watch it.
Make money from
You
it,
become
I
a
suppose.
porn star. You're okay with becoming a porn star.
But you know how you dream, right? Like not everything's in full detail. Like, you know, there's really blurry stuff.
No, but that's just your own memory.
But that's just your memory.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when people watch it, it's like it's high.
It's
def.
like
It's like 4K. It's like 4K definition.
vivid. It's like vivid.
like a virtual reality. Oh, damn.
No, I'm pretty
So-
content with my answer.
So you don't remember any of your dreams at all, Josh?
Not really, no.
Holy
like,
shit.
once in a while, like, maybe, I don't know, I think the last dream I had was maybe like 4 months ago. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I hardly remember any of it now. I think I went hiking or something like that. And then it was something hell stupid.
Lame.
I know, right? And then,
That's why he chose dreams. No one's gonna watch you anyway. Straight to VHS, bruh.
and then I think, I don't know what happened, but I just ended up in some person's house, and then the parents started scolding me, and I didn't know why. And I was like panicking, and then I woke up or something like that. But yeah, my dreams are
Right.
pretty average. Nothing exciting going on there.
What about you, Aaron?
I have quite frequent dreams. I wouldn't probably want them. Yeah, I'd say the dream one's probably better. The dream one's probably better. I mean, people reading your thoughts, it's something you have control over, so they can judge you, or they may know something that they're not meant to, just because you're around them.
True.
I think that's pretty overpowered. The dream thing, I don't have dreams that often to warrant avoiding that, so I think that's okay. But the dreams I do have, yeah. If there's somewhere I can make money off it, yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. Not being a porn star, it's a bit too much, but yeah.
Do you think though that like we underestimate just like how fucked up the world is? Like we think that oh shit, like this would be embarrassing or like it might be bad for people to see this, but there'll be a lot of people in the world that would like be like, hey shit, that's cool. I love watching this stuff.
Yeah, nah, I definitely reckon you could make money off it. Well, you couldn't make money because it's projected.
But like you
free,
can have
right?
fans that they're fans of like how fucked up your
Yeah.
mind works, right?
Yeah, you could. There's always going to be someone out there that's probably going to appreciate it. But
Some weirdo somewhere.
yeah.
Like okay, look, I'll give you an example. Okay, so one of the most embarrassing, like I thought it was embarrassing, but when I think about it more and more, I don't think it's embarrassing. Is I once dreamt that I went to like a party. It was like a house party somewhere, and at this party was Pauline Hanson. And for like whatever reason, like me and Pauline Hanson started hooking up,
Oh, Lord.
and we were
Yeah, boy.
we were getting to that stage where like okay, me and Pauline Hanson are now about to fuck, and then I woke up before like anything actually happened. And I was
that's
thinking, yeah, and I woke up kind of thinking like, that's number one, really fucked
Were
up.
you aroused? That's the real question.
Well, here's the thing. It was like a very confusing, right? Yeah, it was really confusing arousal. No, but not because I find Pauline Hanson attractive, but it's the fact, like, in the dream, like, we know when you dream, like, things aren't the way that they are reflected in real life.
Yeah.
So, like, she wasn't, like, the way that she looks, you know, like...
So she looked hot.
So you had beer goggles on.
Yeah, it was like beer goggles, but super beer goggles. So, but I knew fundamentally, okay, this is Pauline Hanson, but she was like a hotter version of Pauline Hanson.
Was she young?
Yeah, she was definitely younger
Did she
than.
have the same voice and accent?
Oh yeah, she's got the same voice. That I remember very clearly. Like she talked like it, like yeah.
Did you enjoy that voice?
I don't think so. I don't remember if I enjoyed the voice, but I remember that like, yeah, it
The
was.
distinct voice.
Do you reckon you felt like some sort of like superiority because like she hates Asians, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I like in my subconscious, it was kind of like, well, it'd be good if I get to get one over her. And I think that, and in that
You're
way,
so
like
good
that's
Asian
how it
dick.
manifested, right?
Out of
Ew.
voice.
So I feel like if people
the
watch
boys.
that, they'd be like,
Yeah, the boys.
so I feel like people watch that, they'd be like, one side they'd be like, dude, this guy's fucked, or he's a traitor or some shit. But then there'll be another side that's like,
She's enjoying it. Like,
He's enjoying it. She's
What?
enjoying it.
I was thinking more like,
Alrighty then.
I was thinking more like they'd understand like the metaphor behind it. That yeah, he wants to fuck her, right? The way that she tried to fuck us, you know, like and then I get like a support, like a following
Yeah.
of people that would like interpret it that way. All right.
if that was a Facebook group, I'd like it.
Well, yeah,
But yeah.
Yeah, because you're a widow.
But that's the thing, though, right? Like with dreams, it's about the fact that you can't control what you dream. So
I think you
So
can.
does that mean you choose dream? Do you choose? Are you choosing an alpha?
I think like if without thinking into it too much, I would pick probably dreams because I feel like with thoughts, you can somewhat maybe control your thoughts or learn to control your thoughts. But I don't think you can ever learn to control your dreams.
I can control my dreams.
You can.
Yeah,
you can.
to some degree sometimes.
Wait, so how? You mean you're talking about lucid dreaming? So you can like be aware that you're dreaming and then just start controlling shit.
I think a dream. I'm not sure if it's lucid or not, but say I'm in a house. I've dreamt I was in a house, and I would think of a house, and that would be the house. I could think of it, and it would appear.
Oh shit! So you're consciously thinking that I want this house.
Like if I have a train of thought while I'm in the dream, if I think of, for an example, a house or sometimes a person, that person can appear.
Holy shit!
I'm thinking about people all the time. Damn.
Yeah, but when you're in a dream, you usually don't know it's a dream. So
yeah, sure.
It feels really realistic. I dreamt I won lotto. I woke up. I actually thought I won. I was actually really sad. That was a really bad one. But yeah, no, some stuff relatively I can control. But that's probably like, if I had to put a stat on it, maybe like 1/3 of the dreams.
That's pretty cool.
That's better than nothing.
Some aspect, not everything, but some.
I remember I could used to do that as well, kind of like when I used to dream. I could like when I realized I was in a dream, I could kind of steer it in the direction. But then once I started steering it and I was conscious I was steering it, the dream would be gone like in the next like
And then
minute
you'd wake
kind
up?
of thing. Yeah, and then I'll wake up.
Yeah, because I feel like at that point, I get that too. When you have so much control, you end up just waking up. Because I think maybe, I don't know if it's your mind working or you just become awake. But yeah, that happens to me as well.
Yeah,
I get that too.
but yeah, I reckon like I don't know, because I reckon dreams you still can't control them, kind of thing, right? Like
Mostly.
yeah, but like thoughts, like well, I guess you can't really control them either. And then because they're everyone around you, it's like.
How far is the radius of the mind read thing?
Let's say like a 5 meter radius.
5 meters.
That's a lot. Hey, actually,
I would
That's
say
a
that's
lot.
not. Whoa, I would say that's
pretty
not a
lot.
lot.
what?
I thought
5
that's a lot.
meters?
You're not going to talk to someone 6 meters away.
I thought the radius would be like a kilometer.
What the fuck?
Holy
shit.
Like, your thoughts wouldn't even affect people in like the outside.
They wouldn't even
perimeter,
know you're here, kind of thing. A kilometer
What
away.
the fuck am I hearing?
Yeah, dude.
They'd be like, am I going crazy?
I think they're insane.
The suicide rate would be quite high in that kilometer.
It'd be like enough. It'd be enough that like if you're walking down the street and you have a thought about someone across the street, they'd hear your thought about them.
I think I could live with that.
But they know it's you. They know it's your thought.
That's all right.
How would they know?
That's okay.
How would they know it's your thought though?
Because you're staring at them.
I know you know what I'm thinking, boy.
Yeah.
Yum, 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 yum. That's what mine would be all the time.
But you don't think that's bad? That's that bad? Because
It's
No.
so restricting. Like, everything you can do in life is like restricted as well.
unless you're willing to like just go through with it.
Say you're
right?
say you're like a teacher, you ask your students anything, bam, they know straight away because once you think of
right,
once
yeah,
you
yeah.
ask the question, you're already thinking of an answer.
That's correct. Yeah, that is true.
So you don't become a teacher.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Say
that.
you're a politician, all the lies you're saying, oh, bam, like. Say
Yeah.
like you're an engineer even, and like someone asks you how long it's gonna take to do this, you're like, 20 minutes, but in your head you're already thinking 3 hours. It just fucks up with everything.
Then just learn how to control your thoughts.
You can't because
Or you could get a job
You
that.
can.
Or you could
You
get a job
can't.
that tailors to that weakness. I guess
What kind of job
For
would that
example?
be?
something you're passionate about, maybe, and you think positively of, and you would promote it honestly through what you actually genuinely think about it.
I don't think anyone in the world has that kind of thoughts
Like
about a job.
Well, no, I mean, I just off the top of my head, maybe a PT if they genuinely want people to get healthier and better, and they have a client, and that goes into the client. The client may even
Yeah,
work
but
out
like
even
imagine,
better.
but that would also depend on your own personality. When
Well, yeah, of course.
Like
If
imagine
you're a cunt,
yeah,
then you're a cunt.
Yeah, it's kind of like fuck. Why can't you just do that extra sit up? You fat fuck. Like, da, da, da. And like you're just thinking it, but obviously like you want to say like no, you should. You're doing really well, but they've already heard. They've already
Yeah.
heard your thoughts. Like that's. So it would depend on the person you are. Like if you're a positive person and you always think good thoughts, like mostly all the time, then I guess you're not really worried about that. But I don't think that's the
I don't think
general
that's me,
populace. Yeah, that's not the general populace. Like most people would have like an initial, like
Judgment.
before they then edit
Yeah,
themselves.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think I filter most of the things that come out of my mouth. I would always like see how, I don't know, I'm trying to be considerate of everyone else when I say something, I guess. Mm-hmm. So then obviously you filter everything, and the first thing you think isn't what you say, right? So, yeah, everyone. Otherwise, everyone would just think you're a straight up cunt. Like,
Yeah, if
Well,
you're
not
if
necessarily if you're not a
bad
cunt.
person.
People won't think you're a cunt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that only that's only relevant if you're a cunt. Yeah.
Well, I choose thoughts because most of the time I think out loud anyway, and people think I'm crazy because I always talk to myself, or I'm just not thinking of anything. So I would prefer people to hear my thoughts.
But what about those times that like you do filter and you're trying to be polite? Like if someone's talking to you and it's someone that you're not very close with and you're like, fuck, I wish they shut
oh,
up.
how about this?
I
you
would
don't
probably
say
try and just move away before I start feeling that way.
What you can preempt the
Yeah,
thought?
I'll just be like, I gotta go over here for 2 minutes, and I'll just walk away.
But like,
And then think it's 5 meters away.
Once
and
you
then that
see
thought's
them, you're
gone.
already thinking that, oh, I can't see them because of this thought's in my head. So then you like, that's already projected to them,
Oh,
right?
too bad then. I don't give a fuck.
True. And think about like,
I don't think you guys understand how bad my dreams are, okay? I don't want people knowing my dreams.
I kind of want to hear like an
I think
example.
we need
of
an
a dream.
example,
Yeah.
eh?
Like how bad is like one of your dreams? Because I don't think like a dream can be that bad that it's.
My dreams are very private and very weird. They're very strange.
What's the worst dream you've had, Mang? Because you said they can't be that.
is
bad,
it like a
right?
scary one
Yeah.
or like a fucked up one? Or
I don't remember most of my dreams, but like there was ones that like do stick with me. Like I can remember the really good ones. For example, the best dream I ever had was like I was flying and I knew how to fly, so I was like flying through like my old primary school, and it was like a fucking amazing feeling. And I remember that feeling with me, and that's like probably one of the best dreams I had. And one of the scariest dreams that I ever had was it was one of those ones where you're constantly dying.
Yeah.
So, and those are the ones that really fuck with me because you're like aware, because you know in your dreams you're always like weaker than you are in real life. Like if you imagine you're punching someone, it's never like quite the right strength. And like when you're getting stabbed or something, like I've dreamt I've been stabbed multiple times. Like the anticipation is always worse than the actual pain because you actually feel physical pain, but the anticipation is there and that kind of fucks with you. So I had this dream once where I was being chased by I think it was like a monster or something. I wasn't sure what it was, but I knew I was like fucking scared of it. So I was like running through like different buildings, like through restaurants and trying to hide in toilets and stuff. And every time this monster caught up to me, it would like gut me, like, you know, with its claw or something. And then I wouldn't be dead. So I'd just keep on running and it would just continuously get me. And I couldn't get out of the dream. And that was really scary because I couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, I've had those dreams as well.
And those are really fucked up, right? Like, I hate the ones where you can't like wake yourself up.
Yeah, that's probably the worst one. There's times you can't wake yourself up. But I've had, both my dreams are quite similar to yours. I've flown. That was really fun.
Yeah, the flying's so good. I wish I could have that. Like,
I've
yeah.
never had a flying dream before.
It's pretty cool. But winning lotto is actually... I actually thought I was a millionaire. That was
I remember
pretty insane.
like when I was a kid, I had a dream where I was like I was fighting with the X-Men, right? So I was flying and stuff as well. And like I didn't think about the flying too much, but this was a scary dream because there were these huge like machines kind of thing, right? That shot
I've heard
lasers
this
and
dream.
shit.
Oh, they're like the Sentinels.
Yeah, the Sentinels, right? Yeah, and then you know like 1 minute like Gambit's getting crushed on the ground, Wolverine's getting like flung around, Storm's getting smashed, and then like I look at the Sentinel, he just looks at me and beams me with a laser beam, and I die. And I just wake up and
At
I'm
least your
crying,
death was quick.
and I'm crying. And I'm like, my heart's like thumping. Like
How old were you, Josh?
I don't know, 20? Nah, nah, I don't know. I was pretty young though, but yeah. After that, I just like prayed and I was like, please no more dreams, please no more dreams, and I guess it worked.
Oh wow.
It was a pretty good nightmare, actually.
I was scared out of
Mine
my
are really,
skin.
really demonic, like hell scary. I'll kill you if you ask for help type of dreams. But I get sleep paralysis, so it's a bit different. Like I have to like, I literally lie there and I'm just dead in all.
Wait, so wait, but that would mean that in sleep paralysis, like you're aware that you're asleep, but you just can't.
I'm
wake
aware
up?
that I'm asleep and I can't wake up, but those are probably the more worst dreams that I've had.
Sleep paralysis isn't really dreaming though, right?
Yes and no. Sometimes I'm not, like, sometimes I know it's a bad dream and I have to try and force myself to wake up. But there's, like, been really bad ones where, like, I know I'm awake and I actually can't move type
Yeah.
of thing. But, yeah, those are the really bad ones.
You know, it's interesting because like with lucid dreaming, where you can control your dreams. Some ways that people say that you can actually learn to lucid dream or to force a lucid dream is to it's to force sleep paralysis on yourself.
How do you do that?
So like and I've tried this before, right? So what you're meant to
Why?
do is, because I wanted to like control my dreams. Because, and I'll tell you this story. So one of my old workmates, right, back when I was working at Telstra, so he told me about like how he had this friend that could lucid dream, and I didn't know what lucid dreaming was. So I was like, well, what does that mean? He goes, oh, he can control his dreams. I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, well, what did he dream of? Like, you know, like what do you do when you can control dreams? He's like, oh, well, he told me that like when he first learned to lucid dream, he dreamt that he like drove a flying car, and then he went into Macca's, and that he had a shotgun and he just shot a whole bunch of people in Macca's.
What?
Like he willed, like he dreamt that willingly, like he wanted that.
He wanted.
Yeah, so he just shut up a bunch of people
Well,
in Macca's.
I guess
like
like if you never
That's some Westworld shit.
if you never do it in real life, you might as well try it in like some.
oh
alternate
right, I
kind
guess
of,
it's like a safe, like a,
fantasy kind
yeah,
of thing,
sure,
right?
sure.
Oh, he knew he was dreaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So the sleep paralysis thing is like one of the things that they say you can do is one of the safer things that you're meant to do is like when you're dreaming is that they tell you to like before you're dreaming, like every day when you wake to set like a pattern. So the pattern might be like every so often check your watch. I think that's the most important one. Like you check your watch to look at the time, and just always be aware that this I'm wearing my watch. It's like this time right now, and you keep checking it because that's like your anchor. It's kind of like in Inception to know that
Yeah, I was
like
just about to
you're
say that.
in a dream, right? So and then when you're dreaming, if you make it a habit in real life to do this, then in the dream, what's supposed to happen is that like you'll subconsciously try and like do it, and then when you notice that like you're not wearing a watch or the watch is the wrong time, or like the time doesn't move, because
Then you're
usually what
fucked.
happens is like time doesn't move on watches and stuff, on clocks and shit. Then you realize that this isn't real, and then once you realize that, then you can start controlling your dreams. But that's like something that people have to train to do because like, you could like fucking, you know, I tried that before, but I just forgot to check. So I tried sleep paralysis, right? And so sleep paralysis is like to force it. You're meant to like lie in bed, really, really still, and you have to try and trick your brain to thinking that it's going to sleep, but while staying awake. So it's kind of like you're actively almost like actively like counting sheep in your brain. But instead of counting sheep to fall asleep, you're trying to stay awake while your brain is falling asleep. So that what's meant to happen is that it's almost like you're hallucinating. So that you go into like sort of a dream state, but you're aware that you're in a sort of dream state and can control it, right? But what all that happened was that I like timed it. So it's meant to take like 45 to an hour. So I was laying in bed, and like within the first like 10 minutes, I realized that like my nose was hell itchy, and that's all I could think about. So I was like, fuck. And I tried to wait it out. But I was like, fuck it. So I scratched my nose, like, let's start again. So I did it again. And then
I think that's meant to happen. Like,
yeah, you're meant to go through it.
Yeah.
Like you're meant to go through it. It's like a test, because these
Yeah.
things are a test. Your body's testing you. So eventually, like I had an itch somewhere else. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna go through this pain. I think it was like in my butt. I was like, I'm not gonna scratch my butt. I'm just gonna go through it. And I felt like it was working, but then like my mind started drifting, because like it's really hard to like willfully stay active when you're lying and not doing anything, because you're meant to like not move at all, because your body just wants to go to sleep. And so I think I like started drifting, and I started like thinking about the shit, and I wasn't like focusing, and all that ended up happening was I was lying in bed for 45 minutes. I did nothing.
That sounds productive. Yeah, I've noticed when I have my really bad ones, I'm sleeping on my back, and I stop breathing a lot of the time. So maybe you should just like try and suffocate yourself or something.
Oh man,
feel safe.
That's generally what happens. Like when I realize I'm dreaming, is like something's like heavy on my chest, and I like can't breathe.
All right. So how about this? You said you'd choose dreaming if since you can't really control your dreams, right? Yeah. And you think your thoughts are too permanent. But what if you had to lucid dream the whole time?
Oh, then for sure, I'd let people watch dreams if you control
Really?
what people are seeing. Yeah, because then you control the narrative.
But like,
You can make it whatever you want. Good, bad.
but like,
your choice.
Like,
aren't you tempted to do what you like whatever your secret, dark, deep desires kind of thing want to do, but you'll never be able to because then everyone will just know.
No, because sometimes your dreams aren't about desires, right? Like getting
Yeah,
killed
yeah,
isn't
sure.
a desire, or like
Sure.
fucking Paul Hansen isn't a desire that I have. You know, like
Isn't it?
But like, you're gonna have to like come up with something you don't desire every single time?
No, it can't be something you desire. It just can be appropriate.
Oh, true.
You want to...
Yeah, he could just like write up a script and be like, okay, time to sleep and think of my script.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly.
I want to watch TV, you watch TV.
Yeah.
It can be anything. And you have the power for it, so that wouldn't really make it a
True.
handicap, I
Yeah, that's
guess.
pretty boring.
Yeah, it's the passive way to do it. I mean, if you wanted to control and do whatever you want, you could. But yeah, downfall would be everyone would know. But
Yeah, and I feel like if you did that, people would know that you are lucid dreaming. Like if it was such a perfect narrative
Yeah,
that
they'll start seeing a pattern.
they'll be like, oh, this guy's control. And
But why does that matter? It doesn't matter, hey.
there were still some people that would still watch it, but it wouldn't be like a genuine experience.
I mean, but like, why do you care if people watch
Yeah,
it?
yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would still pick people watching in dreams then if I could control it, because I think that is the thing, is like the fact that it's about how much you can control. Because with the thoughts, and this is something I just realized, was that it doesn't even matter if you can't control your thoughts, because there's only one of two ways you can deal with something, right? Which is, if you ever thought about something, you can either just go with the flow, or you can feel embarrassed about it. For example, like I went to an interview once, a very long time ago, and it was for like a recruitment agency. Okay, and the chick that interviewed me,
Was she really hot?
no, she was alright, but she had big boobs, and she had like worn this shirt that just showed enough cleavage that wasn't inappropriate, but was enough to like keep you interested. And and
Oh my god.
and
Perfect balance.
it was
Classy.
right, and
Yeah.
and without realizing it, I
Staring
was
at them.
yeah, because I was obviously like, when I talk to someone, I want to maintain eye contact, right? But without noticing, I had like
Eyes up here,
my
buddy.
eyes had like started drifting, and then she had noticed, and then halfway through the interview, she crossed her arms like this around her boobs, and I was like, fuck, like I didn't realize.
Well, maybe she should learn how to dress more conservatively.
But it's not her fault. Like, it's
You
not,
taught
it's,
her a
yeah, I
life
mean,
lesson.
yeah, it's not her fault though. Like, I mean, if her puppies want to breathe, they should breathe. You know, they shouldn't suffocate.
Free the
God.
nipple. Hashtag.
Exactly. Like, so here's the thing. Like, if she could hear my thoughts, and obviously I was thinking like, wow, she's got big boobs, right?
She was just taking it off, or
No, well, that's the thing. Like, in that moment, there's only one way she can go. She'd be like, okay, this interview's over. Get out of here. Or like, hey, that's inappropriate or something, right? And be really embarrassed. And my reaction can either be like, oh shit, this is really embarrassing. I'm really sorry. I'm going to just leave now. Or just go with it like, look, yes, I'm definitely thinking about your boobs, but I don't want this to affect
my
the interview.
boob? I mean, interview.
The interview.
Yeah.
So let's just move on. I'm a male, and this is like, obviously natural thought, but I respect you, and I want us to move on.
See, there you
from
go.
this. So you can always deal with it in a certain way, all right? So I feel like maybe
which
in a
would
way
be
it
your
could be,
natural thought, though,
So you hear? Oh, sorry.
but that would depend on
on
like,
you?
Like the situation.
yeah, on the situation, yeah, and just also like how people receive it as well, I guess.
But that's thinking about like it's kind of like a positive thing about her.
About who?
Like,
Big boob lady.
Oh, the big.
yeah,
Oh,
big
you're
boob.
right.
So
Yeah,
like,
sure.
so say what if she's got really bad BO?
Oh, right. Yeah.
How are you going to turn that positive? Oh yeah, you smell, but I still want to go through this interview because I want the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True. Yeah. I mean, yeah. True. True. But-
Maybe she's not aware that she smells and she needs to hear that. thought.
Yeah, like maybe, but
Or maybe it
Still-
can be like a conversation style, like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I'm
What's
just,
that smell?
yeah, I'm not used to the smell, like, and maybe it's like,
Of
oh,
you.
I've actually,
You dirty bitch.
I've actually got like a
Jokes.
very rare fungus that no one knows about, and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. Let's talk about your
Oh,
body fungus,
God.
and then just go from there.
Why?
I don't know. But I'm just saying you can always twist something to a positive if you tried.
questionable. But me, or you just
Depends if
thinking,
you're a
like,
cunt
what
or
the fuck
not,
are we
hey,
talking
Josh?
about body fungus? Jesus. Yeah, nah, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the problem as well. Is like you'd have to constantly like be aware that you're thinking something, and then yeah,
Have to go with the flow.
Yeah, with whatever flow you're going with, you have to constantly like reiterate or readjust yourself, which would be very tiring, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But imagine how freeing that would be if you just like didn't give a fuck, and people just like heard your thoughts and it's like, yeah, so what? Like, fuck, that dude must be rich because like he's so ugly and he's with like a really hot chick, and then they're like, what the fuck? What were you thinking? I'm like, dude, is it true? Like, are you rich? Like, just be honest, you know? Like,
This is my sister.
and it could just be like very liberating just to live like that. And sure, people will think that you're a cunt, but at
But
least
some people appreciate honesty.
exactly. And there will be people like, oh wow, that's so cool that I know you thought it, but you came out and you weren't ashamed to like admit that you thought that.
Would you want to know all your friends' thoughts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Because that's like the real test, right? Is if
The true test of friendship.
Yeah, right. That you know just all the highs and all the lows that they think about you and other things, and still go, yeah, I accept you, right?
I guess you can see it that way. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like it would be depressing. Because I
why
feel like
depressing?
I don't know. I feel like the way I live my life is really ignorant. So I get by just like, you know, not caring about a lot of things going on and stuff like that. But like, if I can constantly hear what everyone's judging me for and thinking like, what's
But
going on
you're just
in their
making the
head.
assumption that people are going to judge you about things.
Yeah, I am. Because I just feel like humans judge, like, no matter what. I say something, you're going to think something straight away, and then you're going to be like, oh, you know, but this, and this is... And you're going to play the situation out in your head, and then you're going to reply with something, right? You're not going to like...
Yeah, but don't you think that's interesting? Like, don't you want to hear what like someone's thought process is when like...
No, but I think that's what he's trying to say, is that he doesn't care and he doesn't want to know.
Ah, okay.
Like,
So you'd rather live in that ignorance to know that you don't want to know the process behind what someone says before they say it.
I would love that.
What, the ignorance or to know?
No, not the ignorance.
Yeah,
to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really interesting. Like, that,
like... Yeah.
I think you could solve a lot of things by understanding how someone thinks.
Like,
right?
I've always wanted to approach, you know, those people with those... What are those stickers on their cars? They're like, fuck off, we're full. And just be like, hey, what's up with you, man? Like, why are you going to be like that? I've always wanted to. That's like one of my top priorities in life one day. Just to be like, why are you racist? Are you racist? Where'd you get that from? Like, I've always wanted to talk to someone like that. But if I can hear what they think, I'll be like, oh, cool, you're actually just a cunt.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to know, yeah. Because I feel like if you knew the root of why people thought a certain way, then you can, like, understand a lot of things a lot better.
Well, you can understand the world a lot better, and people will stop making assumptions about things. I think it opens, like, other avenues of discussion. Obviously, if you're interested in that, which I am, so I would prefer to hear what people are thinking and be like, oh, why though? Kind of thing. I don't like living in ignorance.
Thought of an
What they
opinion,
want,
just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just go with this. You know, like, maybe there's no logic behind it at all, you know?
True.
Right? So, yeah, so it would be up to you to how you would interpret that as well. Yeah. But do you think there's like a correlation between a person that would rather choose to have their thoughts broadcasted is correlated with the same people that would want to hear other people's thoughts? So, like, if you're the kind of person that want to hear other people's thoughts, you're also the kind of person that's willing for other people to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I think so.
But you guys all want to let other people hear your thoughts, right?
No, these
I mean,
two are dreams.
other way around?
Oh yeah, these two are
You
dreamers.
guys are dreams.
No, us three are dreams. But I mean, like, we're just talking about thoughts, right?
No, well, he's just saying, like, the people that wouldn't mind people hearing their thoughts are generally people that want to hear others' thoughts.
Yeah, that's...
And I agree.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if people hear my thoughts.
And you are curious
Yeah.
of why people think the way
Yeah,
they do. Yeah,
exactly.
But
That's the correlation.
did you want to hear people's thoughts? And did you want people to hear your thoughts?
I would still go with probably the dream because you don't dream that often, whereas you think more often. But I'm actually sort of 50-50 as well because I think my thought process is pretty standard in the fact that I wouldn't really care if anyone thought why I think. And if they did, I actually think I could become pretty famous from it. So, yeah. I think my thinking patterns
Everything's
are pretty
about making money.
Sorry, I'm confused.
Well, you might as well milk it.
Did you say your correlation was like about dreams at all, or just thoughts?
Thoughts.
He started with thoughts first.
So then, like, my question was like, so do you want people to hear your thoughts?
I wouldn't mind that much. I wouldn't mind that
But
much.
do you want to hear other people's thoughts? So that's the correlation, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing to do with dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, I would for a little, but I think I would get sick of it after a while because, yeah, I would think too much about what they're thinking about, and then I would get sick of it, or it would trigger me. I think a lot of people are
But
really...
if people can hear my thoughts, it doesn't necessarily mean that I can hear theirs.
No,
he's
he doesn't.
just
He doesn't.
asking,
Yeah,
like-
that was just like a
okay.
tangent hypothetical. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you think the worst repercussion is, or what do you think the worst thought that you can have is that would have the worst outcome? Like, what could that possibly be, right?
I don't know, just get smashed, I guess.
Or
But that could happen regardless without having any thoughts.
But
like
it's
anyone can get smashed.
what's the chances of you getting smashed and then you thinking that guy's a pussy and then he'll smash you? Like, what's the chance between those kind of thing? You know, if you call that guy a pussy and then
Why would
you
you
just
even
walk
think
normally.
that though?
Yeah.
Why
I
would
just
you?
because I just judge people. Like I walk down the street, just look at people. People
Alright,
judge.
I don't do that.
People like just
I don't walk
look at
around
them.
the street looking
Like,
at bitches
why is
like,
that?
"What, you
Why
want
is
to
that
fight?"
fop wearing those shoes? Damn,
the hell, bro?
expensive. Like I don't know. Yeah.
what if you're walking down the street and you see someone that you personally think is not attractive, and that person, say, has a mental issue to the point where they hear that, they go home and take their own life? How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
Because of
See,
your
that would-
judgment, your superficial judgment, and they ended up doing that. How would you feel?
Yeah.
You feel pretty bad?
Yeah, I would feel bad, but I wouldn't feel responsible. I would feel bad, but I wouldn't feel
Yeah,
responsible.
that's true.
You know, because like
Because that's out of your control.
that. Yeah, it is. Like if
You know, it's not as if you want them to kill themselves.
I guess it's-
because you don't know them either.
I guess it's to the degree of like the judgment. I mean, if you walk past
But-
and you think, oh, you know, that person looks a bit odd, or if you actually like look at that person, you're like, that person looks fucking ugly as fuck, and then that. No, but if you thought that in a hypothetical situation
like-
you did think like that, and she did enter her life, would you still be like?
But what you
nah,
have to
know,
consider as well is that in that situation is if they did take their life, there was probably a million other things that contributed to
Yeah.
that
reasons.
feeling.
yeah,
But it's-
one
yeah.
random Asian guy thinking she's ugly isn't the
Yeah.
it's probably the short up bread that comes back. You know.
That's true. That's true. It'd still feel pretty bad though, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you would feel bad if you found out that.
If you found out and if you even remembered who they were.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you found out and you knew that thought led to that act, would you change your thoughts for the next?
Yeah.
Well,
Probably.
I think if you realize that people could hear your thoughts, that you would actively try and make a change to think more positive, wouldn't you? Like you'd.
Or you'd end up being so like.
I'd probably just
Depressed.
hermit myself and try not to see anyone.
What?
So then I wouldn't think about anyone.
Is that even living?
Ignorance.
Yeah, that's
Is that
Because-
even living?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wouldn't want that.
right. Okay, sure. But I mean, but you wouldn't care if people could see your dreams, and
No,
let's say you
because-
had like a really fucked up dream where like you watched your mom showering and
Yep.
you stood there and then you started
beating off.
touching
Sure.
her.
Yeah.
and
Whatever.
and the whole world sees it, and you're walking down the street, and people like
Of course he
fucking
would think of something
and
like
people
that,
and people
honestly.
like know that that's that dude's dream.
Yeah.
like you would have no problem with that.
Yeah. 'Cause-
You would prefer that over people hearing
People
your
would
thoughts.
judge
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
Like,
But people would judge you for that though.
But
You're worried
I
about
don't know they're
people's
judging
thoughts.
me, and if I do know they're judging me, then like unless they're bringing it up with me, like I don't know, like what are they gonna say? Oh, you're fucked up. You like had a dream of this. Like,
Yeah.
or did I control my dream? Like,
If you walk the street,
why would
everyone
you
looks
watch?
at you? They know you're that guy.
I don't know. I don't care. Like, why you're like watching
They
my
point
dream.
at you
But
when
that's,
you.
that's the same as like people say asking me like, what if people heard your thoughts and you was negative? I'll be like, okay, soz. Like,
Yeah,
know, you
sure,
can't-
sure,
Because
but
I
it's
think
just
that's-
it
it
comes
is what
back.
it is.
But
Sometimes.
but the difference is like so drastic in the fact that like you can go and go, yeah, because I can't control it and it's out of my control, then therefore it doesn't matter how fucked up my subconscious is. I don't give a fuck what everyone else thinks. Versus like, oh, if I even remotely have a bad thought about someone and they know it, I'd rather they not know that I consciously thought about that.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's just saying, right? That like he'd rather hurt himself than to expose
right.
his negative thoughts to people.
Well, like this way, I'm only hurting myself. If they hear all my thoughts and like all my mean thoughts or whatever thoughts I'm thinking about them, that's essentially hurting them. Like it's not hurting me; it's hurting them, right?
Right. Okay. Sure.
So like this is only affecting me.
Wow.
It's not so bad.
Wow. That's actually like super selfless. That's like actually super selfless of
Sounds
Josh.
like a hero voice.
Yeah. Wow.
Who needs a cape?
oh god.
Hey, you said you had.
But I don't. But that's so crazy because I actually don't. Do you actually think that you would have that many negative thoughts that you would impact people in such a way?
I think it's pretty obvious that
I
he's
think I do.
like,
But he's a
It's
hero.
like,
But
no
he's a hero.
thoughts.
But he's a hero, guys. He thinks bad thoughts, but he's still a hero.
Yeah, because yeah.
Sorry, Josh, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
That's fine.
That's fine. Inside, he's like, fucking bitch.
Yeah. Wish I could hear your thoughts. Nah.
What about you, Aaron? Like, what do you think's the worst thought they can have about someone or something that you think would have the worst outcome?
Yeah, as I said, maybe if you think of someone's superficial looks or something really personal about them that you didn't really want them to, I guess, know that you know, or that you think about it maybe. I don't know, some personality, some trait. Not too sure.
I think my only worry about thoughts is like if a really close friend of mine told me a secret about something and I was thinking it around people.
Yeah, because once people ask you, that it's in your head straight away, and you're thinking about it straight away.
Because, like, of course, your close friends will tell you things, and like, if it's especially if it's about someone else, and you see them, and you're like, run away, because you know something about them that you might not, or you shouldn't know.
I guess you just shouldn't know all the secrets and,
How boring would life
be
be?
a bit of a gossip girl.
How boring would life be without the HG? Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's probably my only concern. It's like,
and like surprises.
upsetting my friends if they told me things and other people found out.
Because I guess people wouldn't like trust you to tell you things anymore
Yeah.
because they'd be like, fuck.
It's a bit like, hey, that bitch, let's not tell her stuff because she's just going to think about it in front of her. Like,
Could you give up that life?
Heard Josh had a big dick.
Could you give up
Thought
that
wrong.
life? Could you give up that life?
Maybe if I wrote it down, I wouldn't think about it so often.
That's such a good way though. Like we could tell her, we could feed her lies, and she'd think it's the truth, and then she'd be like, thinking, and everyone would just know and be like, because they're thinking her thoughts, and they think that she's thinking the truth. So they would just like,
Yeah.
This comment comes after the Josh has a big dick. He has to lie. Okay, Josh.
Use Renata as like walking propaganda. Just like just being constant lies about things.
I just
Exactly.
get people to pay me to be like a walking advertisement.
shit. You don't even have to say anything.
That would actually no, seriously. Like if we were talking about like, but like as Aaron was saying before, like potential to earn money. Like you could literally be. This could be like a next level type of marketing where people would just pay you to like advertise their own attributes or like their own, like for example, like Aaron, I'm like Pizza Hut. I don't know why I thought Pizza Hut, but I'm Pizza Hut, and I want you to think about how great our pizzas are, and that it's the best pizzas.
like- no, it's
and then
like
all you
this-
do is walk around and think about how great Pizza Hut
Why
is.
did you pick Pizza Hut?
I don't know, actually.
That's the worst pizza.
That is actually probably the worst
Yeah,
pizza
think
I
about
can
it this
think
way.
of.
No, but it's like being an Instagram hoe, like with the pictures of skinny tea. That'd be me, but like thoughts.
Yeah,
But then think about it, like
imagine the money
But
potential there.
Does skinny tea actually work though?
yeah,
It doesn't matter.
It does because
No, because
you're taking the skinny like this shit doesn't work.
You're
This shit
projecting your
doesn't work.
thoughts.
This
If you
shit
know
doesn't
it's a
work.
fraud or a scam, then everyone's like, that person's just a sellout or...
But I can
And-
control my thoughts, right? At times.
But
Yeah, because all you have to do is
isn't that-
literally walk around and think about how great
But
something
isn't that
is.
such a predominant factor? Like, say you're promoting something that's really bad, like a really bad product.
you
or,
can already like you're thinking like it's bad already, right?
like you wouldn't use it personally, and you're like
Probably
going around
would.
telling everyone to buy. No, but in an example of the product is really bad.
Then I wouldn't take it.
But like
Because you make money, you get $1 million to promote something because you have
Yeah,
this
but if
mind
I know
is
that, okay, if I know
able
that
to-
I can't control my thought to that degree, I'd be like, soz, bruh, can't lie like
product
that.
shit, can't take it.
Yeah, can't lie like that to the people around me.
Yeah, you can negotiate your own contracts. Yeah.
It's pretty good actually.
But if you can't
I didn't
control
know
your
that.
dreams, how you gonna make money like that?
That is true. Like, yeah.
But your dreams could be so imaginative that, I don't know, could take movies
Depends on
out
the
and everybody
person.
just wants to watch your dreams.
How does it even get projected?
In the sky.
Yeah, like,
No, like they.
Do people watch it or
like
do they
it's
think
just
about
tune in
it?
on a channel, like
What the dream?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
like white. Wait, what was it, that episode? White Bear.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Like, yeah. So, but I think for ease of access for this, it's kind of just like it's like a sort of like an online like Twitch thing maybe, where you just like
stream.
yeah, you're just streaming your
stream,
dreams,
dream
yeah.
stream.
dream streams.
Hey!
And you know what? And I think this could be a thing.
Oh, shit.
Don't steal it.
Copyright 2017.
I think this could be a thing, right? Eventually, like they'll be able to map like what we're dreaming about, and then eventually someone's going to try to make money out of it, and you could just watch dream streams. Like that's a very possible thing.
That'd be your dreams, yeah, I guess, but you can't really control it. Yeah, that's true. I was thinking that the bigger thing that would probably be cooler is yeah, if you can get an honest person's thought and they can't lie about anything, I think that's so interesting that if they had a TV show for that, or you could stream that people would just watch that because...
Are we talking about dreams still?
No, the thoughts thing now.
The thought thing, because it's just so interesting that someone can't lie. Everything they think about, you can actually have access to. I think that would be so personal that a lot of people... It'd be like reality TV, right?
Yeah, actually.
Honest reality TV.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
yeah, that sounds pretty good. We should get on it.
I've always wanted my own reality TV show.
Now's your chance when the technology gets developed.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
I think a lot of people would really enjoy that because they don't have to worry about themselves. They're not going to get affected by that person's thoughts. But it's so interesting to say, watch a person walk down the street.
Yeah, and people's reactions and stuff.
Yeah, and it'd be legit because that sort of ability, yeah, if it did come true.
Oh my god.
Will Renata get punched in the face today? That's what that episode will be.
Yeah, and everyone's going to want it to happen.
Do you know there's a show that is kind of based on that premise? It's called Would I Lie to You or something? Or I can't remember what it's called, but the premise is they'll have like usually a couple, right? But
Is it British?
no, it's American. Of course, it's American, right? So they'll have usually it's like a couple, but they only the contestant is one of the couples. So it's usually the chick or something, right? And beforehand, they'll have like a lie detector test, and they'll get like asked all these questions. And then the host will have like certain questions. And during the show, they will ask the chick or the guy, whatever, a question about them, about their family, about their relationships. And then they'll go, let's see if you were lying or not. And then the lie detector thing will come
That's
on.
such a fucked up show.
Yeah. And no, yes.
What the fuck's wrong with
No,
people?
seriously, yeah.
Okay.
And it's, I can't remember. I'll see if I can find it because I watched this show when I was like over East once.
Yep.
And I was like, this is fucked up. Because I was lucky enough to watch the best episode because
How do you know it was the best episode?
because
you haven't watched it?
because since then I've tried to watch all of them and none of them were as interesting as this one because this chick
Did she know nothing?
she fucked her own marriage and didn't even win anything. Right, so and I'll explain why. So what happens is it's kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So there's like tiers. The questions get harder. And
I think I've seen
right?
yeah, this sounds
Right?
really familiar.
Yeah,
It sounds
and,
familiar.
and it was like and when it got really hard, it was like they brought in the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it was like
Yeah, I've seen this.
okay, so
as well.
that was like second hardest question was like, okay, if your ex-boyfriend came back, oh no, it was fucked up because they made him ask. So the ex-boyfriend's like, if I decide to come back in your life, would you break up like with your fiance for me? And then she was like, yes. Right? And remember that like at any point in time, she can just go, no, that's enough, right? But she wanted more money because she's a greedy bitch. So that was the second hardest
She didn't
question.
deserve
But-
either of them then.
But imagine if she said that's enough, then like they'd be like obviously.
But obviously
yeah.
for the show's
But-
sake, they choose like fucked up couples.
Yeah, of course. But that's not the most fucked up thing, right? The most fucked up thing is like that was the second hardest question. And the hardest question was, this is the last question. This is the last question for
So like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
yeah, no, seriously. Because for like $1 million, what the fuck the top prize is, the question was, are you a good person? Do you think you are a good person?
I would have been like, fuck no.
And she's like, she thought about it, and she was like, yes. And then her fiance, her parents and family there, and then the host is like asking the parents like, oh, what do you think, about this question? And then the dad's like, yes, she's one, yeah, she's a good person. And the fucking thing came out, you're lying. she won nothing. She won nothing. She literally like sacrificed her whole marriage because she was engaged to this guy, and pretty much told the world that she was willing to like get back and that she wanted to fuck her ex-boyfriend and stuff. And she won nothing.
You know what I don't
She won
understand?
nothing.
It's like, why the fuck would you lie on the last question, you freaking idiot? Just
I
say
don't believe
no.
lie detectors really work. Hey,
To some
You're
degree.
freaking skeptical about everything in the goddamn world, John.
yeah.
Please.
She might actually
Like,
have
she might actually think she's
thought
good.
that. Yeah, she might actually think that, but maybe really subconsciously. It's,
She realizes like, come on, like
You can't really be a good person if your fiance is right there.
Like,
and
do
you
you
say,
think-
yeah, I would get back with my ex.
do you think it's really the end of the world for her to say, I'm a bad person?
No, it's not.
$1 million. She must actually have half thought one and half thought the other, I feel. Like, if you're willing to lose your marriage for money, judgment on yourself should be the easiest thing to do for money, right? So, I don't know. But I think I've actually seen that episode as well.
Was it
it's-
on SBS?
familiar.
That
Was
actually-
it on SBS or something?
No,
That
it was
sounds
Channel
like some
7 or
shit
something.
they're
That scenario sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
bringing the ex-boyfriend back and then that happened. I actually feel like I've watched that too.
I bet
was
you
a
were
lot
so
younger.
controversial they stopped making them.
It's probably just
Sounds pretty bad.
staged. I don't know, to some degree.
Yeah, they did stop it. Like, I don't think it lasted more than a season. Yeah, But that was definitely the most interesting one. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? So, like, in a situation where, like, you're put on a show and, like, people can just ask you questions.
That is like having your thoughts out there, yeah.
Yeah,
with a lie
right?
detector.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, what you'd have to be careful then of is, like, obviously you want to have, like, pre-written questions or whatever. Because if someone asked you something that was, like, super personal, that you had, like, really strong feelings about, but you don't usually want people to know about, then you wouldn't want that out in the world, right? Like, but that's not even the thing, like, that worries me, like, with the thoughts thing, is that I think that having people know your thoughts is generally a good thing, but there are some times that you want to have certain thoughts to yourself that you don't want anyone else to know, because it doesn't actually help or benefit anyone in any way for them knowing it. Like, sometimes
I need to cut my nails.
right, like, just like boring shit you think about, but also sometimes you'll have like a really random, I'm not sure if this is normal, but like sometimes I'll just have like a really like a really random thought about like things. Like, for example, sometimes if I notice like someone has like really big fingers or something, or like really big hands, I'll like imagine, fuck, I wonder what it's like when they finger someone, or like I wonder what it's like if they stuck a finger up my ass and stuff. Like,
okay, not up the ass thing, but
well, like, yeah, it's just like one of those things that like, you know, your mind goes into like a very weird place, and you wouldn't want anyone to like know that, because it doesn't help in any way. Like, there's no way that you
It's
can
just
benefit
curiosity, though. I don't think that's too bad.
or like, you know,
no, I always have thoughts like if I meet guys and stuff, because one thing that I don't like about guys is if they have small hands. Like, you could be the hottest person, but if you have small hands, I will not get with you. So I would feel pretty bad, like, just looking at people's hands all the time. Like, nah. Even if they're nice people, I don't.
Perfect
That's
guy.
like one thing.
Ticks every box. Hands are slightly smaller.
I wouldn't go there. I'm sorry. It's just one thing that I can't do.
Slightly
I can't
smaller
do.
than yours.
If your hands are smaller than mine, then you're not a guy. Okay,
What if they're the
that's
same
weird.
size? What if
that's
they're
like a
the
really
same
weird
size?
thing to
Same size is okay, but I mean, like,
What if they had
like
a
really girly, like really, really girly.
Girly or baby hands?
Don't worry, Josh. You don't have girly hands. It's okay, but we're never
I mean, it's
gonna.
a bit
It's
weird,
not as if
isn't
we're
it?
ever gonna get together. But you know, you don't have girly hands.
That's cool then.
well, but why hands though?
I don't know. It's just something. Like, when I was in high school, I was seeing some guy, and he was really nice, and he was really good looking and stuff. But he had really small. Like, one day we were eating Nando's, and he had like a chicken wrap in his hands, and I was like, "Oh my god, his hands are so small." And I just stopped seeing him after. I'm like, imagine if you did
How
that.
small?
His hands are like probably like here on mine.
Oh my god,
So like,
that's like
That's one really big thing that I can't handle. Like, with guys, I can't be with somebody with small hands.
there has to be like something behind that though, right? Like, there has to be like some
actually,
event or
Going
something
back to
that's
Josh's
happened.
point though, there isn't. I just think it's weird. I just think it's weird. Like,
It could be just a personal preference.
That's
Yeah.
just such, fair enough. That's like such a weird arbitrary
anti-fetish,
thing.
Like-
if you will.
small hands. Just, imagine if you heard that. Oh my god, I would feel so bad.
Yeah, because there's like actually nothing you can do about that as well. Like,
Can you get your hand?
get a hand
he's got like 5 penis pumps on his fingers. Like,
Hand extensions. Nice.
And that was like one of the first times I've noticed, like, that was one of a really big thing for me. Ever
What a
since
big
that,
thing.
like, guys I've dated and I've seen their hands, I'm like, see ya, soz. There's
Rip
been like
guys with small hands?
one or two guys that have had small hands, and I've just been like, I can't, because then I just keep looking at their hands when I'm with them. I just can't help it.
sure.
It's just ugh.
Somehow I made it through because like I've got pretty girly hands. I
You
think.
have very girly hands, but you made it through. Good job.
Good on me. But they're not. I wouldn't say they're small.
They're not small.
They're not small, but they are
small.
girly. I would say genteel.
You have piano fingers.
Yeah, piano
though.
fingers. Yeah, that's always my
That's
defense.
okay.
That's always my defense. Piano
Piano
fingers.
fingers are okay, but if you got like smally girly hands,
Yeah.
like, ooh.
So I guess like in this instance, the ultimate test is like, you know, for any first date, let's eat Nando's. Why? I need you to order a wrap. Why? Doesn't matter. But I want a Fiesta. No, just get the wrap. Get the wrap.
No, because
Get a can of Coke.
I think maybe it has to do with like masculinity. You know, like, it's like how that thing where girls don't. I don't know if all girls feel this way, but I feel like the majority of them don't feel comfortable dating somebody short.
Ah, so okay, so it's not a height thing for you; it's like a hand thing for you. Fair enough.
Height thing as well. Like, I wouldn't
What
date
the
someone short.
Oh wow,
Jesus.
She's a size person, guys.
I'm
Oh,
tall
man.
for an Asian. I don't want some short guy. Ugh. I'm
Rip
sorry.
short guys.
Yeah.
Rip short guys, but yeah, no.
See, so imagine all these thoughts are just projecting out of you every single time you meet a guy.
Ah.
Oh, he's shorter than me. Oh, he's got small hands. Oh, no, fuck that. And then he's just thinking
No,
about
but
shooting.
then,
He's like,
but then
"Oh."
I'll think, oh, you may have small hands, but we can be friends. That's okay.
No, but
zone.
wait. But for a guy, that might be helpful. It's kind of like if I was like a small guy with small hands, and I was like checking out Ren, and I was like, fuck yeah, I want to hit that. And then she
like,
she notices
sorry, your
me.
hands are so small,
Yeah,
ew.
you don't have to say anything. You look at me noticing you, and then you show me think, oh fuck, there's that guy with small hands. And he's short. I would never hook up with him. I now know, fuck, I don't even have to bother trying because she's not into that, and I just walk away. That just saved me so much time
That's true.
and money, even approaching her. That could be helpful. Yeah, because I was going to be like, hey, do you want some Nando's? You know, I was gonna- right? So Rena just inadvertently saved this guy's time and effort. That could
So
work
she's
out.
a hero.
In a way?
She's another
But
hero.
what if
Just like
he's,
Josh, I'm a hero.
what
Don't
if he's
have
been
cake.
rejected for his hands or height before? It's just going to hurt him even more.
No, not really. Because
but
then you
it
would
doesn't
only
mean that
go
you can
for
hit
girls.
everyone
that-
else's thoughts except for mine, right?
Yeah,
No, only yours.
yeah,
Only yours.
yeah, I think so,
that's-
yeah. But like, if he's been obviously been rejected about it before, then I think if I was the person, I'd appreciate the fact that I know she's thinking that, therefore I can just move on.
Yeah.
And eventually I'll find someone that digs
Small
short
hands.
guys with small hands. You know,
Yeah.
someone out there is for me. You know. So I guess in a way, like no matter how bad your thoughts are, there might be some sort of saving grace there.
I think you can spin anything in a good way if you try hard enough.
Or bad way.
Exactly.
Okay, Mr. Pessimistic.
I'm
Please
messed up.
take your dark cloud over there. Gosh.
All right, so to wrap things up, what I like to do is like obviously to take everything that we've sent into account, and then see if you've actually changed your mind. All right, at the end. So if we go one way, so Josh, you picked dreams, hey? You
Yeah.
picked dreams. Do you still stick by dreams?
Yeah, I still stick with it.
Okay.
Like, I still think
That no matter what you
Thoughts?
don't want, you
Nah.
don't. To,
my thoughts are pretty fucked up sometimes.
I was actually surprised that like out of everyone, like Josh's like reasoning was like the most pure. It was like I don't want to hurt people's feelings. You know, like it was very selfless. That really impressed
What do
me.
you know me?
But was he really
I'm an
thinking
angel.
that?
Yes. Yeah.
He has
No,
the-
now will we?
Yeah.
You
He
never
has
know
the-
because my thoughts are never out there.
Aaron,
I
you start
was-
off with dreams.
Yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards the thought thing, but
And what was the thing that kind of drifted you?
maybe the radius is short. Also, I don't think that bad, and I would have control to some degree. I don't think I'm that bad of a person that it would bother me that much after Renata said she's not a bad person. I can confirm I am not a bad person, in my opinion. So,
Excuse you.
yeah, it's a bit of a 50-50 because there's pros and cons to both. But I guess I'm sort of leaning towards the thought thing now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Can you think what I'm thinking? Or know what I'm thinking?
What?
Probably not.
All right.
Moving
Got
on.
him.
Edit.
Moving on.
Ren,
No, I'm still.
you're
happy
sticking with?
with thoughts.
You never did say like what one of these like demonic dreams was like.
They're just really scary dreams. Like Aaron would not be able to watch them.
But I've heard of
No
these
one would be able.
dreams,
You've heard
and
of
they've
them.
scared me just from hearing them.
Just from hearing about.
Okay, so one of the worst ones. This I don't know if you could actually count it as a dream though. Just close your ears,
Close your
Yes.
block your ears, whatever. Like I don't know if you can actually count it as a dream because I was sort of like,
You're sleep paralyzed.
I was in sleep paralysis.
yeah.
But one of them was like this demon on top of my chest, and it was like a demonic voice, and it was telling me it was going to kill me if I continued to try to wake up. And a lot of the time when I have sleep paralysis, I always sort of like try and direct my body towards my parents' room to get someone to wake me up.
Oh, okay.
Because like a lot of the times I wouldn't be able to wake up, obviously. And this one was like, if you turn around and you keep on calling for help, I will kill you.
Right.
And like my chest started getting heavier and heavier. And sometimes like when it gets that bad, I just let myself die.
Okay. And what happens when you let yourself die?
So when I die, I sort of like I gasp for air and I wake up. But if I fall back asleep straight after, I'm fucked. Like it will just happen again.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like after that dream, I started researching more on how I could prevent it or how I could wake myself up. And you just wiggle your toes.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's it?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's it?
You wiggle your toes and
Just like
it
scrunch
stimulates.
your toes up.
Yeah, it stimulates your body. But lately, like, he hasn't been working as well. So now I'm like, well, I'm fucked. But a lot of the time, yeah, I actually like, stop breathing because I'm either sleeping with like my chin to my chest, or my blanket is over my face, or like it's just fucked. And like that night in particular was really bad because
Is it always the same demon?
No, they're different demons. Okay. And sometimes I dream that they're just like standing next to me, like next to my bed, and they're just watching me sleep, and like just choking me or whatever. But that night in particular, I was so afraid that I actually went to go sleep with my mum. Yes, I sleep with my mum. And I fell asleep.
That's not the worst thing.
I fell asleep and I opened my eyes. It happened again. I opened my eyes and her face changed. And her face was like demonic.
Oh, fuck.
And then I was like, Mum, wake me up. And her face was just like fucked. And then I just woke up all of a sudden and I didn't sleep. I woke up all of a sudden and I didn't sleep for like another 4 or 5 hours.
Maybe you have some bad feng shui in your house.
Yeah.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. The house is pretty old. It makes pretty creepy sounds.
Did you have it in any of your other previous houses, or just this one?
I've probably had it since my Canning Vale house in Southern River.
So you didn't have it before?
No, when I was younger, I didn't have it as much. I remember having scary dreams or like seeing things while I was half asleep. So I'd like open my eyes and like I'd feel like I saw something watching me sleep. But I don't know, was that a dream? Who knows? But that's like one scary dream. And I suppose like I wouldn't want people to see my dreams because I have dreams of like having threesomes with friends and stuff. Like it's weird. I don't want my friends to know that I have like threesome dreams about them.
Now I'm thinking about which friends.
It's not guys, it's girls.
Oh, why would you not want to watch that?
Yeah,
I think people will pay.
No, but it's like
People pay to
not
watch
my
that,
guy friends. It's like my girlfriends and their boyfriends.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
A little bit,
The harmless
but
with the harmless.
I can dig it.
And like, yeah, sometimes I have dreams that are so like realistic that it's just weird. Or I'll wake up and I'll feel like immediately sad. Like I don't want people to feel those emotions. You know, like some of my dreams are really.
People watch movies.
I'm an intense
to
person.
get sad.
Yeah.
I'm an intense person.
Yes, but some people like that though, right? Like some people do watch movies to
Yeah.
feel those things.
Yeah,
Like,
well, watch movies then. Don't watch my dreams.
Will the movies be ever as good with the feels? Who knows?
Depending on my life situation,
That's true.
obviously. But with thoughts, I don't mind if people hear my thoughts. I don't think I'm that negative. Like and like if people get offended, they'll be like, well, maybe you should shower then, or like take care of yourself. Like I wouldn't think that if you like, you know, like,
fair enough.
like if you're, and in all honesty, I have noticed that sometimes I do look at people like, damn, you ugly. But I've noticed that that I used to do that. So I actually, when I see someone, I'm just like, oh, they're just different looking. Like I'm more active with how I think of how people look instead of being like, oh, they're so ugly kind of thing. I'm already thinking, like controlling that sort of negative thought because I know that it's not right. You know, so I stick with thoughts.
Take notes, Josh.
I feel like once you already think someone's ugly and then you're changing it to it's different, they already hear that you're ugly bit.
No,
it's
I
how
don't
you
agree.
perceive things in future. I mean, initially,
it's like training. It's like a habit.
Yeah, you can
Training
condition yourself. Yeah, of course you
It's
can
a bit of
condition
like
yourself.
light discipline. Like for the next ugly girl you see, she just looks a bit odd.
Yeah, I just feel like, oh, she looks different. Like that's literally what I think when I see somebody that maybe is not attractive to me.
Yeah,
Because
you know what? I think you can take that to an extreme as well. Like, I feel like
You think they're hot, Pauline Hanson?
like I think you can condition yourself, right? I think you can condition yourself to the point that you can find something unattractive to be attractive, or like you can find something that you don't feel good about to
it's
feel
called
good about it,
positivity.
right? I had this theory once that
Oh god, here we go.
that if you masturbated at something enough times, that you would get like a fetish for that thing, that you would
Why
you
are
would not
you
think
like
it's taboo,
this?
right?
Why are you like
so
this?
like for example, like if I don't think
Did
like
you test it out?
no, I'm
Oh
too
my
scared.
God.
I'm too scared that it might work, right?
He's like starts wanking off to like Pauline Hanson.
Yeah,
oh
like-
shit.
Work.
Like I've said this in a previous podcast before, but like I never watch porn with like black dudes in it because like their dicks are very intimidating to me. Like the BBC is very
So you
intimidating to
reckon
me.
you might like
But
it?
like yeah, so I think that if I watched enough porn with BBC in it and I jerked off to it, that I would trick my brain into thinking, yes, you like the BBC. and I'm worried that if I carried out the experiment, it would work, and I wouldn't know how to change back. You know?
I'm done.
And that's a wrap.
Interesting.
So I'm still gonna go with thoughts. I'm not sure what I started off
No,
with
you
now.
started with dreams.
Okay, fine. Then I'm gonna go with thoughts because
Welcome.
I feel like you can condition yourself. You can condition yourself to think certain things.
You'd be a better person for it.
Yeah,
You will be.
I feel like the pros would outweigh the cons. Yeah, you might have some awkward moments when you think like, oh, I wonder if I could fit this whole person's small hand, up my anus or something. But like, that's just something you laugh about eventually. All right, cool. So thank you for everyone for coming in today. Next week we'll have a new question with a new panel. As always, you can follow us on Facebook at Would Rather, on Twitter at Would Rather, as well as on Instagram Would Rather Official. All episodes will be up on the website wouldrather.com and on iTunes or wherever else you get your podcast from. So thank you very much.